Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the virtual classroom under the patronage of House of Commerce. This is Mehwish Pasha and I'll be teaching you Cambridge O Levels English. In today's video, we'll discuss in detail the updated syllabus and the changes to the content and the writing material, or the tasks and the language that is required for reflecting the communication demands facing candidates in the real world. Before starting the video, I must remind you people that if you are new to the channel, please subscribe this channel and do watch this video till the end, because so many things have been discussed in this video. And also join our WhatsApp group. The link will be given in the description section and you can personally contact on this number that is being shown on the screen. So as I was talking about these things, our today's main focus would be on these two papers. Which things are included in this paper, how many papers are there, what is the duration, what is the grading or the total marks criteria. All the things will be covered in this video. So first of all, I'll be telling you that there will be two papers. I'll also update you about the changes which have been done in syllabus content and even the changes which have been done in the components. So respectively, I'll be talking about these things in detail. First of all, I will talk about the changes to syllabus content. The first thing is that syllabus sections have been updated. The wording of assessment objectives has been revised to make it more concise. And the description of components has been updated to reflect changes to the papers. This is the change in the syllabus content. And the changes that have been done to the components, I will be also discussing it one by one. First of all, we'll be talking about the papers. The first paper is of writing. Paper 1, that is called Paper 1. In the Paper 1, that is named as Directed Writing. The first portion is of Directed Writing. In it, the requirements, the things which the students are required to do, I'll be telling you in detail about these things. But first tell me about the changes that this section 2, which was known as creative writing, it has been renamed. It is renamed and it is named as composition now. So section 2 will be renamed as composition and section 1 is with the same name, directed writing. So paper 1, in which writing section 1 that deals with the directed writing, as you can see that there are 30 marks that are allocated for this portion in section 1. What things come under this section and how you have to do these things. Basically, the candidates are presented with one compulsory writing task. I'll also discuss about the task and the focus, which is on task and language. I'll also tell it in detail. But first, we will see the marking criteria and the timings which are assigned and the weightage that has been assigned to each portion. So I was talking about the directed writing. It carries 30 marks. So candidates are presented with one compulsory writing task and they write a response of 200 to 300 words. Now, which things are included in it? The format, you have to write down about letter, report, speech or article. And what will be the focus? It would be of content and language. And further, I will be telling you that how many marks are allocated for this each criteria. This was about directed writing, which carries 30 marks. Now moving towards second portion that is now named as composition, it also carries 30 marks. Here candidates complete one writing task from a choice of 5 descriptive, argumentative, narrative essay titles. They write a response of 350 to 500 words. So this component is externally assessed. So total it carries 60 marks and duration is of 1 hour and 30 minutes. This is related to our paper 1. Now we'll discuss about the marking scheme of this paper. Directed writing. The marking scheme, the task fulfillment carries 15 marks and language and style carries 15 marks. It means that total 30 marks are divided into two portions. Number 1 would be of the task fulfillment and second would be language and style. As I have told you that this syllabus which has been assigned, it distinguishes between task and language, and the focus is on the task and the language. Now I'll be telling you about the directed writing, that what should be the task and how it is fulfilled and how much things are allocated for it. Number one, the task aspect of paper 1 is directed writing. As I am telling you about the marking scheme of directed writing. So here communication of key information in a range of text types is required to achieve a specific purpose for a certain audience in a particular situation. The task fulfillment and language are tested in section 1 and are given equal weightage in terms of marks. As I've told you about it, that 15 marks for task fulfillment and 15 marks for the language and style. So language as well as content, which we call, is tested in the composition section. This is directed writing, and now here it is composition section, where content and organization carries 16 marks and language accuracy carries 24 marks. So here candidates have an opportunity to display their English language skills in order to express their opinion, experience or imagination in a range of discourse types. And as I have told earlier, the discourse types are descriptive, argumentative or narrative. So, and one thing I would also like to tell you, that there will continue to be a choice of 5 essay questions, and they will be grouped as I've told you, the 1 descriptive essay, 2 argumentative and 2 narratives. To total 5 topics will be given and you have to choose 1 out of these. Then moving towards paper 2, that is of reading. Here in this paper section or the paper, section 1 is reading for ideas, that carries 25 marks. The summary writing based on text. And the second is reading for meaning. The first would be the reading for ideas, that carries 25 marks. Reading for meaning also carries 25 marks, and here the requirement is comprehension questions. The duration for this paper is 1 hour and 45 minutes and total weightage is of 50 marks. So what would be its marking scheme and the further requirements? Here in section 1, reading for ideas, the 12 marks for the content points. These 25 marks are how divided. Content carries 12 marks, the written summary, that carries 10 marks, and the short answer questions 3 marks. Then comes section 2, reading for meaning. Understanding and analysis carries 25 marks. Section of text to be paraphrased, here you have to paraphrase the section of the text. Then multiple choice questions. Then it also carries separate part with questions on writer's craft. So this is basically the marking scheme. And here how many further things are divided into it and which things are required about reading and its marking, how you will be analyzed in this portion. First of all, the candidates will answer all the questions in both the sections. Coming towards section 1, that is reading for ideas, candidates scan a factual text and identify key points. You have to scan a factual text and identify the key points because we are reading for the ideas. Secondly, candidates use their notes to produce a written summary of 150 to 180 words. 10 marks which are allocated for writing the summary. So the requirement is to produce a written summary of 150 to 180 words of that particular text. Then candidates are required to answer the questions to identify examples of a function in the text. For examples, opinions, advice, criticism or warnings. These things will be included for the judgment. The candidates will be judged on these points. Then comes reading for meaning. Here the candidates respond to the questions about one narrative passage. Here a narrative passage will be given and they will respond to the questions about this passage. So both passages in paper 2 will be approximately of 700 words each, and this is also externally assessed. The duration I have also told you about, 1 hour and 45 minutes. So this was the marking scheme and the pattern or the idea. So as I was talking about the marking scheme, so here, as I had told you earlier, that the focus would be on task and language. So here in reading section, the task aspect of paper 2 is reading for ideas, where for example scanning for and summarizing specific information is required to achieve and convey a global understanding of a text. The focus of assessment for the summary is task fulfillment. The inclusion of only relevant ideas and the coherence of the writing. And the second thing on whose basis you will be judged is reading for the meaning section is where there is a greater demand by English language skills in order to demonstrate more in-depth understanding of a text, including literal and implied meanings, deducing meaning of vocabulary from context and writer's craft. So, in this way, it is hoped that candidates will develop strategies to be able to transfer these communication skills to other subjects also. And obviously, for their future career, as they encounter a variety of text and are required to make a positive impact through the written word. So, this was about the marking scheme and the paper pattern and the criteria. And here are some tips for this success. The number one thing is obviously the regularity and the practice. So practicing the past papers regularly and obviously online discussion, the things which will be the queries which come to your mind, you're always welcome for that suggestions or for the queries. Then focusing on improving grammar and vocabulary. In this course, because our new, we can say the last batch is going to be started in January, inshallah. So for that details, you can contact on the given number. So our focus will be on improving grammar and vocabulary and we'll be doing the activities on daily basis. Then the most important and key factor for the success is the follow time management during exams. In this course, in this duration, we will be teaching you how to manage the time accordingly to the allocated marks and to the allocated time. Then revise the formats for directed writing. The formats which are there, everything needs practice. So we'll be practicing more and more and more about it, and inshallah we'll become well versed with it. And read the widely to enhance comprehension skills. Reading for the comprehension is also must. There will be some resources and references which will also be provided to you. That would be Cambridge O-Level English Syllabus Guide. We will provide you during this course. Past papers and marking schemes. The recommended textbooks and practice material. All these things will be gone through and will be guided at each and every step. And finally, it is an open forum or a floor for questions. Any queries, you can contact on the given contact number. Here it is, my name and contact number for the House of Commerce. So for any queries, anything, feel free to discuss. Thank you so much and